Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. Let's get started. Plans to build 4,500 homes and apartments along Hutter Road in North Idaho are getting pushback from neighbors in the area, worried about what the development could mean for traffic and quality of life. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk is looking into the plans and the reaction it's already getting. Kyle?
Well, there was an open house tonight where people could share some of their concerns. The project is called KREM, and those homes and apartments would be built over a 20 to 30 year period. Some people in the area are already determined to make sure it never happens.
We will be looking directly across the street at what they're going to be building.
Lorene, who asked us not to use her last name, says she got a postcard in the mail last week. It wasn't from a friend on vacation. It was a developer with big plans for this prairie land.
I had no idea that 4,500 homes were scheduled to be built on that property.
Not just homes, apartments, schools, and businesses on this piece of land off Hutter Road.
It's a self-sustaining community. That means you don't have to go out to get a gallon of milk. You can go to the local grocery store.
Brad Marshall is a senior land planner assisting the developer, Kootenai Land Company.
Tonight we're here to take public comment or input on what's called the annexation of the property to the city of Coeur d'Alene.
In a few months, developers will go before the Coeur d'Alene Planning Commissioner. If the land is annexed into the city, it can be developed into a higher density area with sewer and water connections.
I'll be at every single meeting. I'm going to be at everything that's involved with this project.
Lorene bought her home a month ago and says no one told her about the plans. She feels duped.
It all sounds great, but they're taking that beautiful land and they're overbuilding. It could be done responsibly, but that is going to heavily impact our roads, traffic, which is already a big problem in that area.
It's a public process, and certainly everybody has a right to their thoughts and their feelings. We're going to incorporate that into the project design and share that.
Well, this is Idaho, and we have a lot of land to expand. But the question we have to ask ourselves is the level of expansion something that we actually agree with? Everybody's saying this is a forced need. That's not true. Growth is a choice. It's not a requirement, right? We can choose our growth rates. We can choose how we want to move forward.
And if the plans are approved by the Coeur d'Alene City Planning Commissioner and the City Council in the fall, construction could begin in 2 years. Mark?
Kyle, thank you very much. New tonight, City Council member Jonathan Bingle has filed an ethics complaint against the Continuum of Care Board Chair Ben Stuckert. He's alleging that Stuckert violated ethics through, quote, improper actions in shelter process. According to the city, the complaint states that Stuckert, who is a project manager for Jules Helping Hands, participated in a board meet to recommend a new homeless shelter. Although he recused himself from the vote, the complaint states that his participation in discussions, quote, violated the COC's conflict of interest policy.
After a thorough review, and I believe very strongly that they'll find that he was in violation of his code of ethics, then that the city would get to see that the taxpayers almost had some money very badly spent.
Nobody knew the fine details. The 30 different people in the meeting didn't have any concerns with my actions at all during the process. So I just find it political grandstanding at this point.
In a press release, the city also said that Stuckert has a well-documented history of ethics trouble and past allegations of conflict of interest. In 2021, the Washington State Auditor reported that Stuckert may have violated conflict of interest ordinance when he allegedly helped steer a contract to Jules Helping Hands. In this latest case, Stuckert reiterated that he recused himself from voting, and he maintains he did nothing wrong. Idaho Governor Brad Little will be in Coeur d'Alene tomorrow to talk about his Leading Idaho plan. He'll host a press conference to discuss investments into Lake Coeur d'Alene and water quality. The governor signed the $252 million Leading Idaho infrastructure bill back in March. That bill gives local governments funds to repair roads, bridges, and launch other projects across the state. All right, let's talk weather. It was a beautiful day across the inland Northwest. We just missed hitting 70 degrees ever so slightly, but don't get used to the warm temperatures. Let's get straight outside to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. And Jeremy, we got some rain heading our way.
Yes, we do. And missing 70 degrees sets us up for what I think is going to be something quite interesting. Right now we sit at 60, but let's talk about it because we missed 70 today and it's likely we don't get back near there for at least a couple of weeks, which plays a big role in what we wind up seeing in terms of a long-standing record for that latest 70-degree day. 58 in Coeur d'Alene, 52 in Sandpoint, 59 in Moses Lake. It is a mild evening. There is no question about that. I'm standing out here in a suit going, can we just keep this temperature? It's quite lovely. Cloud cover moving in. A couple breaks right now means I can see a few of those stars. Cloud cover will continue to thicken up and then showers early tomorrow morning, thickening or becoming more widespread as we move through the day. Eastern Washington, North Idaho taking the brunt of this one. Likely between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch of rain for us tomorrow as temperatures stay quite a bit cooler. We don't cool much from where we are now. We fall into the 50s. Rain keeps us mild, and by tomorrow afternoon, we stay in the 50s.
All right, Jerry, thanks so much. The Seattle Sounders made history tonight, becoming the first ever MLS team to win a CONCACAF Champion League title. The Sounders topping Pumas, a Liga MX team, 3-0 tonight. With the title, the Sounders secure a spot in the FIFA Club World Cup. Raul Ruidiaz started the scoring for Seattle with the goal at the 45th minute. He'd later score in the 80th, and Nicolas Lodero sealed the deal, making it 3-0 in the 88th minute. An historic win for the Sounders and the MLS. Congrats to them. People could soon be getting money deposited into their bank accounts. The tax filing program TurboTax will pay $141 million to customers all across the U.S. for misleading promises of free tax filing services. The California-based company was found to be using deceptive tactics like a free ad campaign to steer low-income tax filers away from free federal resources. They were assuming their tax return would be free when in reality not everyone qualified to receive their services for free. So do you qualify to receive money from TurboTax's settlement? Restitution will be provided to customers who started using the free edition for tax years 2016 through 2018, and those who had to pay to file even though they were eligible for the free version offered through the IRS Free File program. Those who qualify can expect to receive direct payments of $30 for each year they were deceived into paying. Now to our night beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. Hamilton has officially taken over Spokane, from selling out the first Interstate Center for the Arts all the way to packing our hotels and restaurants. When Broadway comes to town, business owners say they know they need to prepare for a bump in business.
Hamilton's a big show, super popular. They're running it for 3 weeks, so we knew we were probably going to get hit pretty hard. We had every table reserved by 3 days ago. So between 5 and 5:45, we filled up the entire restaurant, and by 7:15, the last person was out the door and walking down the street to go hit the show.
Wiley's Bistro is less than a half a mile away from the first Interstate Center for the Arts. Michael Wiley, the owner, says he adds staff and condenses the menu when considering larger crowds. He says he has capacity for 49 people in his business, and reservations completely booked through the weekend. The director of marketing for Davenport Hotels, meantime, says the same there. According to her, Table 13 across the street from the First Interstate Center saw more than 100 customers opening night of the show. Well, this week, music lovers can get tickets to some shows at the Spokane Arena and the Gorge Amphitheater for just $25. At the arena, there are 4 shows for the reduced price, including New Kids on the Block, Machine Gun Kelly, Backstreet Boys, and Korn and Evanescence. Meanwhile, at the Gorge, you can see Millennium, the Chicks Tour, Jack Johnson for just $25. A battery materials company has purchased a 600,000 square foot facility in Moses Lake, and that facility will be used to manufacture lithium-ion anode battery materials for the automotive and cell phone industries. The company named Silla, based in California, said today that the facility will bring hundreds of new jobs to Central Washington. Production lines at that facility will start in the second half of 2024 and reach full production in 2025. The company also says that the Moses Lake site has the potential for exponential growth that could power 2 million to 10 million electric vehicles per year. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just text us the word night to 509-448-2000 and we'll send them directly to your phone. All right, that was your KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news in less time. But don't go to bed just yet. Today, city officials are saying that violent crime is getting out of control after 6 shootings in just 24 hours. What's being done to address it? Coming up. And before we head to the break, just a reminder, the KREM Cares Diaper Drive is underway right now, and all the money raised goes to buy diapers for local families in need. We'll be right back.
When I see a mother come to the door or a father come to the door and ask for the diapers, it gives me joy, because I know what it's like to be at the bottom and to need something as essential as that.